Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. Now, we bring you conversations this morning. Started in January 2022, the End Period Poverty Foundation is an initiative that was coined by Shaun Evert Gariseb, but only got traction in 2022. The initiative was birthed after realizing that there was nothing like that in the community they resided in. They then wanted to create something that will be different and consistent in helping with the shortage of in sanitary products, while also educating the men and the boy child. Now, to shed more light on this, I am joined this morning by Shaun Evert Gariseb, the founder of this initiative, or foundation rather. Very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us, Shaun.
Good morning.
Absolutely. I think last time we spoke about another topic. This time we're talking about something that you have created. Talk to us about, what inspired you to start the End Period Poverty Foundation.
It's still advocacy, at least.
It still remains.
As you were saying, you speak about, in the introduction, you're saying there was a need that arose in our community. Yeah. Look, we are in a space, social media space. Mm-hmm. When you go in social media space, in certain communities, we consume the same things. So in consuming the same things, you see there are efforts in other communities and in other spaces in sanitary care, in sanitary awareness. Mm-hmm. But in our community of Katutura, we didn't have this. We did not have this. So when we said we looked around, when we go to our shops, we don't see boxes and so. So what inspired it was just to say that the need is actually there. When we look around, we are in indigent communities, and there are no efforts of that sort. Not that we were a prototype effort. Mm-hmm. We just felt that because there is nothing, let's start our own thing so that we can create this awareness amongst our communities. Mm-hmm. By that I mean, let's educate our communities, let's educate our boy child. And how did we do that? We decided that let's use those influencers and those people that are my friends, that are my brothers and sisters, and myself, so that we can drive this message. That is what inspired it, because there was nothing of that sort.
Yeah. Before we get to the people that you're working with, talk to us about the importance of really focusing on the boy child. Because a lot of people will actually even say that, there's always so many initiatives that are more focused on the girl child, but not really more on the boy child. How important is that? And also, what really inspired you to shift the focus on the boy child? Yeah?
Look, most of the time, efforts of this nature were you sometimes say done out of populism, and you saw people concentrated on getting sanitary pads and extending them and handing over to the girls. Mm-hmm. But what we said, and when I said back, and I came with my brother here, Damara Dekteng and Jericho, them, what I said and thought was, even during my school period, when I was in primary school and high school, I never took these things serious. Mm-hmm. So, and I have cousins and sisters and so forth. So, understanding what girls go through when they are bullied, we felt there was a need for us to deliberately speak to the boy child. To deliberately speak to the boy child, we mean to educate him, to make him understand, and also to the men. By men, we mean if me and you understand what women are going through, if me and you understand that. If we are to buy sanitary pads for our sister in the shop, what is the difference between scented and unscented pads? That will go a long way in transferring that message into our sons, and also to understand our daughters when they experience this for the first time. So there was a deliberate effort to concentrate on the boy child, to not only to condemn him, but to educate him so that he can protect even his sister or his classmate when she experiences this, as opposed to laughing at her or making fun of her.
Absolutely, very important point that you just mentioned there. You mentioned Damara Dekteng, Jericho, as part of some of the figures that you're working with to push this initiative. Who else are you working with, and why did you choose these specific people to work with, or did they come on board?
Look, most of the people that I chose they are from the community, and they were influencers. So the idea was to use those people to be a conduit for the message. Yeah. There's Jalisa, who herself is also a brand on her own. There's Ricardo Garweb, who's a radio personality. There's Desiree Bieges. There are different people. Some people are in education. So we were deliberate about these kinds of people who are able to, who are even in their own right, working with people. Me, myself, also being a social activist.
Yes.
So that was the intention, to bring those people together. For example, my cousin Cassius is in events management. He availed his sound system where when we have engagement. So we just got these different people and different personalities to just drive a stronger message. And even sometimes when we go to the different places, they're different, because we also know different people. They say, no, I want to have a talk at that specific activation, which really helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also very important to use such people because of the influence they have. Talk to us about the targets or the schools that you have, this foundation has reached so far, or the communities, especially in Katutura, where you are operating from.
Yeah, since we started, we've been almost to every other school in Katutura. We initially wanted to premise ourselves just in Katutura, but it's impossible to do that, because once you go at this school, you get invitation, or people see that on social media. We don't share our social media efforts to get points. We do that maybe to raise awareness, and also people, so that our friends and those that are in the diaspora, we have a lot of friends in the diaspora, and also to inspire other people to do the same, or also to help where they can. So people will invite you. So we've been to Younger, we've been to Shifidi, or we've been to most of the schools in Katutura and on the outskirts of Windu. We've also been to schools in Commerce region, like in Bomgats, Brum, Dordabis, and so forth. Right. So we've been to most of the schools, but the schools are just too many, and it is our intention to go to more schools.
Absolutely. Talk to us about the coming up with such a foundation doesn't really cost. It's not an easy task. It's there has to use you will need funds. You will need a lot of support from people. Apart from the support that you have from people that are going to drive this influence, talk to us about how the initiative actually sustains itself financially to handle all the activities that it's actually doing.
Yeah, we are self-funding to a very large extent. We put together our resources, what we have, and then there are those good. There are many people who also just come and say, the area you are going to is our area, or the school you are going to is my school. I will help here. There are different different friends of mine in the law fraternity who have extended help where they can. So we just go like that. And it's one thing that I always knew was we were going to have that challenge. But the most important thing that I wanted from the beginning was to start that conversation, to have that awareness. So, and it's actually very good that even to an extent that guys look at myself and Damara Dekdeng or Jericho, we are there speaking about these things, and then they take interest. Guys are always of the thing that I want to raise my son, I want to raise my daughter.
Absolutely,
but when this experience hits, you don't know what to do, because you think, those are not guy things. But it's not like that. These are natural phenomena that you need and ought to understand, so that when your daughter experience bullying or experience this for the first time, you will know how to handle that situation maturely and in such a way that it does not affect her adversely. Absolutely.
Talk to us about the event that's taking place on the 12th of October that of course you are going to be initiating. What is it all about, and where is it going to be taking place, and also what is the goal therefore?
It's in John Pandeni constituency. That is a constituency of Soweto. Okay. We have never been there. It's a very big constituency. So those people, they've invited us. Actually, last month we did not have an activation because we were supposed to go to the regions. Yeah. We have been to Kunene region, but we were supposed to go and launch in Otavi and in Ochivarango, because we also have we were in collaboration with National Mental Health Namibia of Kathy Kambanda. Is one of the members. She's a brilliant mental health advocate. So we're supposed to go launch in Otavi. We didn't. So these people of Soweto reached out and said, no, why don't you come here? So this coming in October. So that's how we chose that venue, and it's at Tanidari Church. It's the Lutheran church in Soweto. Okay. It will be open for the community, because we don't just visit schools. We also visit these indigent communities, like we have done in the past with Kwanangombe and Umbwala Totina, those locations there on the outskirts. So we also go to communities, and community activations are really daunting because the whole community comes. I remember when we were at Kwanangombe, there were about 400 kids, and they were expecting food and sanitary pads and these booklets that we get from our good friend Taliad. My first period is the book's name. So it becomes so much that you even don't know. Even the things that you are handing out, they finish.
Yeah. Talk to us about the support that this initiative now needs going forward? Because now you're reaching bigger numbers. You're also reaching out to towns outside of Windhoek, and it's not easy really to even if the initiative is self-funded, it still needs support. What kind of support does this foundation need in terms of what actually needs to go forward, and how can those that are interested in assisting you reach out to you? Yeah.
Look, because our objectives were such that we wanted to involve the men and the boy child, we're encouraging men not to send us money. We encourage them to go in and buy sanitary pads or face clothes and toiletries for the boy child, because we don't just want to educate the boy, we also want to leave him with something.
Absolutely.
But as we go on and as we are growing, sometimes when we even invite some influencers, they come at the cost. They are offering their time for free, not that they are going to charge you because when we go with most of the activations we go to, people want, because many of our influencers are musicians, they want the people to give them something.
Exactly.
So it's just natural that it's young kids, it's the first time they see some of these people that we bring, because we don't always just go with Jalisa, Jericho and Damara Degdeng, we also go with other people. Jane Kandedu is also part of our group. She's also a personality. So these people, when they see this, they expect something, and so you sooner or later, any kind of contribution will do a lot. Absolutely. You see, if you say that, okay, these people, you can see we wear these kinds of things, maybe these people need more of this, so that let me see if I can help with this, or in monetary, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. Well, going forward, talk to us about your final remarks in terms of what you really want to achieve and where to from now.
Yeah, you see, our ultimate goal is to at least put a dent on this lack of access to sanitary pads, raise enough awareness, hold hands with Ministry of Education in the long run, and with other efforts in Windhoek as well as in the country, if need be Africa. Last year we went through sanitary pads, reusable pads sewing training. Most of the members, we want to do a recourse of that, so that we are able to do reusable sanitary pads in the long run. Maybe one day, who knows, we can manufacture sanitary pads locally, and we can also employ people. So those are the long-term goals. As for what we are doing for now, those people who are willing to assist us, they can always reach out to us on social media, inbox us. Some of us are very talkative. You can see our numbers are there. You can call us, and then we'll just direct you to those people, and you'll see us. It's easy to locate us. We irritate people by also sending the content to everyone. Absolutely. That's the only way. Even if they're irritated, it's for a good cause. Absolutely. At the end of the day, and it helps. It really helps, and I'm thankful for those who have so far done even just that little bit.
Shaun, such inspirational work that you're doing. Thank you so much for what you're doing for the boy child and the girl child, especially as well for your community. And of course, we wish you nothing but all the best for this endeavors here.
Thank you very much for giving a platform to the plight of the boy child and the girl child, and the advocacy that we are doing.
Absolutely. Well, Shaun Evert Gariseb, who is the founder of the End Period Poverty Foundation, who of course just mentioned the much work that they're doing to, of course, cater for the boy and the girl child in the less privileged communities. And of course, your support is greatly appreciated. If you want to be part of this initiative, you can reach out to them, as he rightfully mentioned, on social media as well. You will be able to notice their work. End Period Poverty Foundation is the name of this foundation. And of course, can give your support to them, and of course, just help alleviate poverty and of course the struggles that young people are facing in these communities.